is the call. It's a head and Lakshin Rodrigo has won the toss. Lakshin, what are you deciding?
You have to bat first.
Counting down for the first ball. It's all ready. Yeah.
First one into the gap, but we'll have to settle down for a single. This time thrashed the first boundary of the Petrite innings. That was just on the spot.
So ever for Jan Daniel from this end. And the ball absolutely sitting perfectly for Santosh Gunatilaka. And you saw, he played that off the front foot.
Goal to do these two batsmen. Gone, castled, and that's the first wicket. The 43rd annual Joe Pete encounter.
From Anishka Pereira, letting the ball creep through his bat and pad and uprooting the off stump. Wonderful sight for any fast bowler. That's the first wicket gone for
the Josephine outfit. Over the infield.
Just like I mentioned earlier, Lelum, his attacking batsman, I'm sure I told you he was just on area. And once again, it's a clear indication that it's going to be an easy batting track.
Well, he exactly knew what he wanted to do. The field was up. There was no cover in the deep. It was a short delivery, and he just.
And that will be 2 consecutive boundaries for Santosh Gunatilaka.
In counting 35, that's the best partnership for the first wicket. While that one is over the top and into another boundary. So 3 boundaries in this Lakshan Kamke over.
And lifting it to that vacant mid-wicket region. It's good batting from Santosh Gunatilaka. Smart batting, I must say. He knows that the offside is packed. And what he does is just uses his wrist and the long handle to lift the ball towards the leg. They kept on the momentum right throughout that run chase. Once again, another boundary for Santosh Gunatilaka. And great taking off one slip. This time it will run down to the boundary. Easy pickings for Sulakshana Fernando.
Oh, this is good. Pulled away. Almost on from his front foot, the Battle of the Saints. Short and pulled away with the minimum of effort. And Amita, that's a glorious looking stroke.
That's right, Kosala, because all his boundaries so far has been pulled on to the mid-wicket region. He has been very fast to react to that. He was on 26.
Driven upishly into the gap again. Once again playing it very square of the wicket. Another boundary to Gunatilaka, which will take the Petrite to 38 for 1, and Gunatilaka moves into the 30s.
By Daranta Menerigama.
Short and beautifully cracked away through the point region, rocking on the back foot.
Deliveries, as we see, that's a good delivery.
Line. Gunatilaka was trying to play across the line. Let's take a look at this again. There you go. Yes, he was playing across the line. Well. That is debatable.
Going into the Ekanaika once again, going away, straying down the leg side, push. That's the 4. A gentle push. And goes down to the mid-on boundary for 4 runs.
That's again down the leg side. Has he got some bat onto it? It's running down towards the boundary. 4 runs, leg buys once again. He's missed his direct. Well, that's very well played. Beautifully done. Just whipped it off his presence. Picked it up early. Just used the pace of the bowler down to the boundary for 4 runs.
Again down leg side. He didn't have to do too many things with his deliveries.
Oh, that could be out.
See, didn't I tell you? He generated that little bit extra outside off stump.
Only one slip in position. He's held on to it. And St. Joseph's have got their 3rd wicket. Not a very good shot, but richly deserved by St. Joseph's.
That was very good reaction on the part of Jan Fernando Pulle.
Well, that's a good looking shot to get off the mark. That's a fine shot indeed. No chance for the fieldsman on the boundary line. 4 runs
to just guide it to the vacant fine leg region.
I think that the Josephines will have an issue with having bowling right arm as well as left arm, because having a right hand and left hand in the wicket and
Easy pickings for Mayaka De Silva, sponging it to that point region.
One not out in the last match as well.
And that's Manilka going big and now a hard, handsome over the mid-wicket region for 6. This is what this youngster can do. He's on 26. Good clean hit. He's getting underneath that. That is the advantage he had. Samarasinghe dropping it right in the Sumanasinghe. And Manilka getting under that. It is in the zone. Thank you very much.
Even in the school cricket structure, Kosala, we actually bought 3 games together from 3 cities on one day.
And this time it's Sulakshana who decides to come down the track and loft him over the mid-off region down to the boundary for 4. That will take the Josephine total, the ThePapare total to 120.
On that at youth level.
Yes, and oh, that's a very well played. It was close to his body, but it was quick to latch onto it. Played by Fernando down to the boundary for 4 runs.
Sulakshana Fernando. Well, his inclusion has made such a big difference for the Peterites.
Yes, he was right on top of it. He was not afraid to play it in the air, and he's found.
A beautiful shot into the mid-wicket boundary for 6. So this is glorious batting by these 2 batsmen, Sulakshana Fernando making merry that time. That's the end of the over. And that's the last shot pulled away to the mid-wicket boundary for 6 runs.
Superb stroke on the part of Sulakshana, dropping it short.
Sorry, 70 delivery. Once again put away upishly over extra covers. A lovely shot, and that's another 4.
Super stroke. You couldn't ask for anything better from Manilka.
Sulakshana Fernando. Tashan Pereira must be quite devastated. In fact, massive hit once again. Loose delivery. Massive hit. That's to tie the 4th wicket record. They are the only successes. Over the head of the fielder, gave his maximum, but by these 2 batsmen, that was not easy. Playing across the line, flat batted. Oh,
I think it hit his hand, and
Nipun Sumanasinghe tried his best.
And 9 overs remaining after this. They need to get to that 330 target.
Once again pulled away to the mid-wicket boundary. A lovely shot. He pulled it across from the offside and put it away into the between the 2 fielders. A lovely shot.
It's absolute perfect placement. 2 men in the deep. He took it from outside off stump. He was not afraid to go across the line. Hit it in there, but he knew where the gap was. Perfect execution. Wonderfully played by Sulakshana Fernando. The 8 overs.
You're right, Ricky. I think they have wickets in hand, so they can afford to open it out after they get. And that's a poor shot by Sulakshana Fernando. Loss of concentration. Just pushing it, a soft dismissal to the mid-wicket fielder.
To hit it over the infield, try to get it into the gap, try to beat that short mid-wicket, but he just failed to clear the fieldsman, and unfortunately he didn't get it right that time. Took the bottom of the bat, couldn't really time it. They got an important wicket at an important stage. If they can get another one here, if they can get Manilka De Silva out, it will really serve St. Joseph's quite a lot.
Once again pushed away on the back foot to the cover.
Oh, that's delightfully played, Amita. Sorry to disturb you. That's a wonderful 100 and a wonderful shot to get there. He just opened shot by Manilka De Silva. It has been a wonderful 100, and congratulations, and very well played by the young man.
333 looks a little bit far, but the way these 2 are batting, Manilka De Silva once again steps out and hits it to the.
Quite capable of clearing the boundary on a couple of occasions. Oh yes, that's one. Brilliant cricketer.
That's a brilliant shot. Played right over the bowler for 6. I'm sure in the last couple of overs there'll be many more to come.
Right underneath the ball. Very safe shot. So the couple has already come in 2 balls.
Right by trying to get a 50. And if that happens, I'm sure the Petrites will go over the 331 run mark.
He's absolutely toying with the bowling, Lakshana Rodrigo.
It has taken his toll even on the wicket keeper.
He's got him. It's in slow motion. Action replay. Take a look at this from the edge of the crease.
A repeat of the last.
Opening batsman for St. Joseph's, Tashan Pereira and Sumana Singh, and that's the first delivery that's going down the line. As I was told by the Old Petrites Sports Club President Ravika Disil, was expecting about that's nicked away and passes the third man, and that runs down to the boundary, and that's the first 4 in the Josephian innings. A fine leg and a third man, as we see Gunathilaka coming from the Torrington end, and that's a beautiful delivery. Took the bottom edge of his bat and was bowled, clean bowled. So that's the first wicket.
Chopped it on. And there you go, just playing outside his bar, outside the line, just hanging the bat out to dry. Yeah, poor shot, it must be said. But
as we Disilla once again going away from us. There's a loud appeal for an LBW, and that's given. So that's the first wicket from Anil Kadisilka. And Nipun Sumana Singh has to walk back.
just erupted with that wicket. They know what a big one that is. There you go. Swinging back in, and oh, well, playing across the line. Interesting one, Amita.
Two stumps open. Umpire deciding that
pretty well, and they've actually benefited.
Well, that's very well played. He's right on top of that. Now that's one of the better shots we have seen so far in this St. Joseph's innings. Having Pereira, and he picks up a boundary.
I think that's what they have to do. They have to play the ball on its merit, do nothing extravagant. I think that's exactly what the Petrites batsman did as well.
They have to keep up with the run scoring as well. Over 6 runs per over required. That's very well played. This time on the front foot. He's got the width he was looking for. This is much better. Joe walks inside his stumps and faintly flicks it away.
Hovering just below 4 runs and over. It's an uphill task. And again a wild swing there by he gets it over the square leg fence for a 6. That's a good hit, Amita.
Scoreboard if the Josephians are to get at this target.
And that shows you that Maduravela is no main batsman, and that the promise that is shown right through the season. And the Josephians
bowling around the wicket at the moment. Time comes down the track. Hoiks it. And that's one bounce into the fence for 4 runs. He's trying a few things. This time it has come off for Javin Pereira.
Ricky, I think that's what the batsmen have to do now. Take that element of risk and score runs, at least 6-7 runs in over. That will start creating a little bit of doubt in the minds of the Petrites. If that happens in the next 4 or 5 overs, I'm sure and we have seen Harin flash outside the off stump many times and been quite lucky about it. No ball, which has created another boundary in the mid-wicket area.
Now those are the errors St. Peter's cannot afford to make. Misfield in the outfield, and it's a run down towards the boundary. Much required runs at the moment. It's also a no ball. So for the first time today, we are going to see a free hit come into action.
So off the free hit, I hope they can get many more runs. Yes, it's another boundary.
Goes across the line, he's found the gap, it's running down towards the boundary. This is good batting by Javin Pereira. He's taken on Obesek.
Balls more.
This time he goes across his stumps, swings it over square leg, down to the boundary. This time he was in control. He knew where he was looking to hit it and timed it well. It was a dangerous shot, but well executed. And the second consecutive boundary. This time makes contact, it's in the air and it's through that gap. Now, how did he find that gap? Like you said, he's been lucky. It was in the air for a while.
Runs of the last 5 overs, that's pretty good going. It was 105 for 3 after 20 for Peters.
Hey, we can make that 44 now.
Yeah, he asked for it. He asked for it. The batsman was incensed.
Short of a well-deserved half century. And that stroke brings up the century partnership. The Josephians will certainly believe now, Haritha.
Yes, we have a match in hand. Still a long way to go, but brilliantly picked up. Dropped it short.
Yeah, this is a time where both batsmen are taking chances, so he can invite the fall stroke, but that once again is an excellent stroke. Something to happen, and that will allow the Josephians to actually creep past once again. That's a lovely shot, piercing that gap. Yet another boundary. 9 runs already off the over.
65 for 1 Bangladesh after 10 overs in Damulla.
Well, just as you speak about breaking the partnership.
Was it Gunatilaka who held on to the catch? Sulaksha Fernando, straight into him. How heady, how patient, how resilient can Dineth Maduravula be?
There's John Daniel for you.
Yeah, I think that was a loose delivery outside off stump. Oh, thank you very much.
He's cleared the ropes quite easily.
Yes, beautifully played. They've done this well. Maduravilla in particular has not been afraid to come down the track, and on occasion
This time he's missed it again, and his leg stump has been knocked back. Way to go for Maduravilla, who has played an excellent innings. Once again exposing his leg stump, and this time rewards to Santosh Gunatilaka. It's an outside edge. A lucky boundary is it. Well, 4 runs to the total. Unfortunate or unlucky Gunatilaka that time.
Basically once again going away from us.
Go on.
And,
Great work by Chatro Besekara. See, the benefit of flighting the delivery. Got the batsman out of his crease. He was just trying to play onto the onside. Oh, yes. Scooped it up straight back at the bowler. Thank you very much.
Besekara to continue from the commentator's box in a reverse sweep, hit upishly. Here's the cover fielder, he's running down to the boundary and unable to stop, and that's the 4. Upishly into the extra coverage, and it goes over the boundary, and that's a 6. Beautiful shot by Jehan Daniel. He led as you see him coming in from the Torrington end.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant catch. Gone for the Joes. There's a quicker delivery.
Powerfully hit.
Oh, brilliant catch. Brilliant. His second catch.
Intent is just to get a few singles. And that was a glorious shot. Just now opened out and put it to the extra cover boundary for 4. That's again slashed away between the 2 fielders and runs down the third man boundary. So that's 4 valuable runs for St. George. Coming in, pulled away. And that's taken at mid on a good catch.
Santosh Gunatilaka holding on to a good running catch. Gian Fernando Pulle. He had very few options left.
Once again another big heave, and the umpire and the LBW decision given. 7th wicket.
You can't blame him. Couple of wickets for Sachin Silva.
So Harinpur moves up to 7 with that. There is a loud appeal, and the deaded finger goes up, and Pure is given LBW.
It's his third.
That's the wicket taking delivery.
No chance.
I don't think the umpire had any problem in raising his finger.
Put bat to ball.
Once again hit uppishly, but Timidon is under it. And St. Joseph's are all out.
3 for Gunatilaka.
259 all of St. Joseph's in reply to St. Peter's 311 in the 50 overs.